How do I sell my house? Hey everybody, I'm Corrie Sommers, and today I'm going to share with you the top 7 most important steps to selling your home. So how do you sell your home? There's several things to consider and to make decisions on. The very first is selecting your agent. Now, not all agents are created equally, but what's most important is to work with an agent that you trust. You want to work with someone that you have confidence in, that is going to be communicative. Now, you want to check into things like if you don't know an agent, let's say, and you're trying to mull through how do I find an agent, should I go online, do I pick Zillow, etc. You want to research that agent. Check and see what their social media is like. Do they have a lot of followers? You want to ask them questions like, what is their agent-to-agent network like? You want to make sure they're able to do some pre-marketing of your home before it comes live on the MLS, the multiple listing service. What about how they're going to handle your home? Are they going to put just a lockbox on? Are they going to do accompanied showings? You really just want to try to vet them as much as possible. Check their reviews. Most agents have reviews online from former clients, and check those out. See what their clients are saying about them when you're looking to make your decision. The second item you're going to want to make a decision about is concerning staging. Now, there's stats and proven numbers out there that a staged home sells 73% faster and for more money. And part of this reason is people have a hard time seeing an empty space and visualizing their furniture there, their placement, or themselves there. There's something called sensory depth perception that in an empty space, your eye just really has trouble seeing how big it is and what works. When a home is staged, buyers can see themselves there. They can picture their furniture where the couch is, or their bedroom staged this way, and it just really helps them to visualize it. And that's the biggest thing. When you're selling your home, you want a buyer to walk in, fall in love, and see themselves there so that they'll write that offer. So the next item that you're going to want to take some action on, make some decisions about, is concerning cleaning and touching up. So let's say you haven't painted your walls in 10 years and you've got some staining, because that happens. If you pull back where the TV is, you might find a little outline of the television, or a picture such as the one behind me has been sitting there for 10 years. There might be a little bit of a ring of dirt, debris, and so often a fresh coat of paint will make a huge difference in your home. Your agent will typically recommend something neutral that's consistent with today's color palette. You're going to want to do a nice deep clean of your home as well. Not everyone is going to look at all the little nooks and crannies, but at the same time, you don't want the obvious to turn off a buyer. For example, let's say they're looking at a light switch and it's chipped, or it's got some caked on dirt. It's going to raise some questions in their head and some alarm bells. Make sure that all of your electrical outlets have the switch plate cover. Just those little details are going to help overall, and so when you're doing that clean and prepping your home, be sure to take care of those items too. So how to sell your home. The next step is really sitting down and taking the time to put together a list of all of your systems and the age of those systems. For example, your hot water heater. Maybe you replaced it 2 years ago, the age of that. Your furnace, your AC. If you've done upgrades, maybe you replaced your windows, what year you did those. If you've replaced your refrigerator, your stove, the year of those, as well as any sort of manuals you might have. Perhaps your house was new construction when you purchased it, and your agent was, like I said, some agents are a cut above the rest, and maybe they provided you a full set of all your manuals in a nice binder. You might want to keep that on hand as well. All of these things will help when it comes time to answer questions and really passing your home along to its future homeowner, your buyer. Pre-inspection. Depending on the age of your home and its condition, a pre-inspection might be in order. Now, there's definitely reasons for doing this. Maybe your home has a lot of work and projects that you're aware of. By having an inspection done, and it's the same kind of inspection your buyer would do. We just call it a pre-inspection because it's done prior to putting your home in the market. It'll identify any issues of concern. Maybe there's something important and quick that you can fix. Maybe there's a couple of little things, but it also really prepares you on what to expect once the buyer does their inspection. So maybe there's a big ticket item that you're not ready to replace or fix, and you know that this is something that's going to be a concern to them, so you can be prepared. You can start thinking about a credit, or perhaps you're able to do it now or take out a short-term interest only, or I'm sorry, not interest only, but no interest loan just to cover it and get you through. All of these things matter. You don't want to have a lot of items of repair or issues that are going to become a negotiating point for the other side to either negotiate on price or credits. You want to be able to have a nice clean deal, so to speak, a nice clean transaction, a nice clean trade-off. But of course, that can't happen with every home. So again, if your home is at a certain age, it might be something that your agent recommends. I just strongly suggest that you go with your agent's opinion on this matter, as they're the ones that are going to take a look at your home. So we're wrapping up. We're at item number 6. Now this one is really a little thing that I like to have my sellers do, and it's really taking the time to create a personalized list of the things that you love about your home and the neighborhood and the local amenities. Obviously, every neighborhood is a little different, and there's some characteristics and features that are unique to different neighborhoods or really make them attractive or stand out, things like school systems, which obviously your agent's going to know about. But those little things, like perhaps there's an ice cream store within walking distance that you just love, or what the favorite restaurant is that you go to frequently, or your best nail salon, hair salon. Those little things, those little personal touches really help buyers to envision themselves knowing that, hey, there's some great local amenities outside of the things that your agent is obviously going to drill in and get across. You want to give that extra little touch. Last but not least, item number 7, launch time. So your agent will have scheduled for a professional photo shoot, and you do want to have this done. You want the pictures to be as polished as possible to attract as many buyers to your home. I like to explain this in the same manner of, think about your first date. You looked your best, she looked her best. The goal is to, get some chemistry and attraction going. Well, the same is true for those photos. You want to appeal to as many buyers as possible. You want it to catch their eye. You want them to say, wow, this house is special, let's go take a look. Now, going back to all agents are not created equal, this is also the time that your agent is going to do their pre-marketing, whether that's social media or their agent-to-agent network. They want to get things going and started before you launch online. You will launch online. You will go through the multiple listing service. It's commonly referred to as the MLS. Once you're launched online, depending on which agency your agent is with and their technology, you will be populated to a number of websites online, and then eventually Zillow, Trulia, etc. The other part of this process is your open houses. Depending on where you're at, brokers' opens are recommended. Of course, this varies state to state. Some states and some areas, nobody comes, so you don't want to waste that time. But ask your agent about it. If you are in an area where people come to the brokers' open, you really want to do it. The more exposure to agents, the more exposure to buyers. I hope all of this information has been helpful. If you have any other questions, you can reach me. All of my contact information is below. Please comment below. All of your comments are being taken a look at, and I will get back to you. And if you have any questions or any videos you would like to see regarding selling your home, also put those comments below. Now, I'm going to say this. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. We have weekly videos on real estate, as well as videos with local community business owners and Financial Fridays. Lots to look forward to. Thank you so much for tuning in. Click that like button if you have enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, and also click the bell for updates. See you next time.